Hey everyone, we're going to surprise Pastor John Middendorf today. So. All right. Hi, everybody. This is Shannon Fleck with the Oklahoma Conference of Churches. It's a bright, sunny day, thank God, because last week we had this horrible ice storm, and we still have hundreds of thousands of people without power throughout the state. So that's obviously a big concern as we journey into this time. But I am very lucky to have with me today Pastor John Middendorf of OKC First Church of the Nazarene. How are you?
I'm good. It's good to see you, and it's good to have power. I'm sorry for my friends that don't have it. We didn't have it for a week, but I am just basking in gratitude for having it today.
Right. Yeah, these periods of time just really highlight the gratitude and luck that we have in this world right now.
Absolutely. It's warm, and I can even turn on the TV, so everything's okay right now. See what I can do to help somebody else today.
Yeah. Love that. Love that. I tell the story about OKC First Church of the Nazarene a lot because you, as a church, are members of OCC, but your denomination isn't.
Right.
And I use you all as an example. Why are you all so committed to being a part of this, unified movement?
Well, first of all, we find and have found for several years now that you just get a whole lot more done, and it's more fun getting the good things done when you do collaborate.
Mm.
So that's a big part of it. I think the biggest part of it is, theologically speaking, I feel like that's the Jesus way to go about it, openly and collaboratively.
Mm-hmm.
Our denomination, it's a group of people that I love, obviously, but we changed some things and some policies where this kind of action would be concerned several years ago, and we kind of took a turn at that point toward what I would call some fear-based policy making.
Mm.
And we did get permission, like the denomination doesn't join these sorts of things, but we just said, hey, we want to join it anyway, and they blessed us to go ahead and do that. So we hopefully are going to help our denomination turn back toward the power of collaborative efforts and those kinds of things.
I love that. So you're just blazing that trail.
Trying to, I think it's probably already been cleared, but we kind of lost the trail. And so hopefully what we're doing is we're helping, maybe we're going to find these breadcrumbs or leave breadcrumbs and help folks to come on back to what should be home for us, collaboration.
I love that. And then you have been active in starting this new thing called OK Justice Circle. And you do that with a lot of different faith leaders. Tell us just a little bit about what that is.
Yeah, so that is another collaborative effort, and it does feature folks from different faith communities, but it also expands to folks who aren't a part of faith communities, but they're like service organizations, Metro Alliance, and these kinds of things. And what happened was, a while back, Mr. Bennett with the Thunder asked the Chamber of Commerce in Oklahoma City to examine criminal justice reform. I mean, it's pretty well documented now that we don't do this very well. We don't do criminal justice well in Oklahoma. Our incarceration rates are terrible, but it's not just that. Our crime rates, our fees and fines, it's all terrible. And it seems to disproportionately affect folks on the margins.
Yeah.
And so that was the report, in fact, that came back from this group that came in to study our situation. And then I was a part of a committee in that same effort that was tasked with getting the word out. And I popped off and said one day in this larger meeting, nothing changes until you get the Christian community to understand that it's a problem,
right,
in our city or in our state.
Right.
And I found myself then the head of a task force to get the word out to the Christian community. And it started with tours of the Oklahoma County Jail, which is the worst of its kind in the country. But and we just sort of cycled through pastors and their elected leadership and organizations, and it actually expanded beyond the Christian community, and we took almost 1,000 people through the jail before COVID hit. and we
Whoa.
haven't done that in several months.
Mm-hmm.
But then our focus expanded to what are the underlying issues that make the county jail such a terrible place, and what are the underlying issues. So we started taking a hard look at how racism and poverty influence and impact these discussions on criminal justice reform and the incarceration system. And come to find out, and you won't be surprised by this, it has a whole lot to do with our poverty rate, again, amongst the worst in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Racism, it's hard to quantify, but we have a problem
Yeah.
in Oklahoma. And turns out that those things do have dramatic impact on these conversations. And so the Justice Circle added people who could help us to more substantively talk about these issues. And now we're a group of about 15 folks or so, and we are doing things like breaking bread, where we bring people together to have hard discussions about race. We did the Just Love Summit about a year ago now, where we brought different state organizations together to ask how it is that poverty affects the discussion about criminal justice reform. And we're going to just keep doing all of those things in the hopes of being a voice at the table, as it
Mm-hmm.
has to do with state questions, as it has to do with elections. We don't want to get too partisan, for sure, because we want to keep bringing different people to the table.
Mm-hmm.
But we certainly want the faith community to be represented at these discussions as we have these important moments where we can finally make some change.
Yes, that's wonderful. And I had the opportunity to be at the Just Love Summit. I can't believe that was a year ago now.
I know, I can't
Wow.
believe it.
Great event. And you all are doing these discussions with our police chief currently, which is so fantastic. I'm visiting with you today to help promote our digital annual fundraiser, which is coming up in a couple of weeks. And this video will be used to help promote that. And I just wanted to highlight you, but I also wanted to let you know that I've gotten you on this Zoom call under false pretenses.
Oh no.
I know. And it's done all with love. I didn't intend to lie to you about anything. But what I wanted to say is that our board of directors has selected you to receive our Floyd Schoenhals Ecumenist of the Year award this year. We are still giving out our awards. Yay! And
Wow.
for anyone who's watching, ecumenist and ecumenism is a word that describes Christian communities working across denominational lines with one another. And we just feel like you have exhibited that in your efforts, and even just the way you described wanting to do things collaboratively, and that being the way of Jesus is absolutely why you are receiving this award. So that's
Wow.
really why we're talking.
Oh, wow. Well, thank you very much. I have been lied to, but it's okay.
I know, but it's fun because no one ever gets to see the person being told that they're receiving the award. Usually they just show up at the dinner ready to do it, right?
Oh, that's amazing. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. It means a lot to me coming from you and coming from the OCC. I'm I am humble. Thank you very, very much.
Well, it is well deserved, and you're doing fantastic work here in Oklahoma City, but also throughout the state. You're really making an impact. People are seeing what you're doing. So
Thank you.
thank you. Thank you.
I probably should say too, thank you to my church and church board, who have not been, they have actually encouraged me to get out and get involved and to do things like this. And I'm sure there are some places that they wouldn't want their pastor out doing those things, but man, they are the wind at my back. And so thanks to OKC First, my team that lets it happen, and my elected leadership that encourages me. So I probably should make mention of them as well.
Well, and you're right. Not every church has that passion and vision and allows their leadership to engage the community in these ways. So thank you to OK First, from OCC for that.
It's a good bunch.
Yes. So, Pastor Middendorf, I'm going to bid you adieu, but congratulations, well deserved, and thank you for all that you're doing.
Well, thank you, Shannon. I'm, like I say, this will stick a lump in my throat. This will stick with me all day. So thank you very much, and
Good.
looking forward to whatever God has for us next.
Love it. We'll talk soon.
Okay, bye-bye.